Forsaken, abandoned to the dark, what choice but to follow the flame?
Welcome back to Total Warhammer 3 and part 2 of our Drazhoath the Ashen Immortal Empires campaign. In today's episode, we are back at the Black Fortress after doing some major damage to the Cathayans and starting a war off with Zhao Ming. In this episode, we're going to start things off by, I think, recruiting on in another Lord. And since we don't actually have to deal with any kind of nonsense like extra upkeep for supply lines, we will go ahead and just grab a Laura Hashut sorcerer here. We've got the Impulsive or the Boastful. Either you can see further, it has a larger leadership aura, or one with a little bit more speed. Let's go for Cragpaz. Welcome, good sir. So we will recruit him on in and actually add Drazhoath will walk on over to Cragpaz. We'll hand off several of our laborers. He can have himself a whole heap of new help. Drazhoath only needs the elites. We'll have Drazhoath jump into March Stance and sprint on over as far as we can. We're strolling. As far as our next upgrade to the Sentinels and such, I think what we're going to do is keep everything as is for now. We want to save up the gold for the Marble Quarry first. This is going to increase our workload by a pretty hefty margin, so we're going to want to make sure we have at least the number of laborers we need. We're about to lose a lot of them due to our control. So I think what we're going to do instead of what we currently have, which is the dropped construction cost and rush construction labor cost, we're going to instead switch that over to the billowing smokestacks, get things nice and smoggy out here, more steam as you will, and then that'll increase our control next turn and kind of keep our laborers from accidentally falling into magma pits. We won't be doing any more upgrading. I think I want to save some gold. Having the bivouacs here is not a bad idea, though, for the extra Hobgob Raiders. Having some cavalry would not be a bad call, no matter how weak they are. I don't have to pay a hefty little fee for it. It would take 2 turns. I would not be spending any labor to rush that. Could throw in the gold panners. I don't want to drain any of our raw materials resources until we have upgraded the drill to either tier 2 or our settlement up here to tier 3. Just because we're only getting a 300 a turn, and we need to quickly get on up to that maximum amount so we can upgrade our drill. What we may go for in the meantime, yeah, no, there's honestly not a lot of options. The Miner's Workshop increases our overall raw materials output. Actually, this is not a bad call. We would spend a bit of materials and increase a bit. So, yeah, drop in the Miner's Workshop. I need something to do. In Crag's Path, you're I'm going to have to change your name. That's not going to work for long. Actually, you know what? You can be our first Kevin. Kevin the Angry. We shall switch this out. Put in the comments, what shall he be Kevin of the... For now, he's Kevin the Angry. And he shall be defending Black Fortress from the very, very violent caravans that are marauding around and trying to do trading. Gross. What we are going to do is swing on into here. Finest leaders. I think the next call is still in the military. We may go for the call to war up to the varied training. Or at least over to Hull around so we can get a little bit more missile strength for all of our blunderbuss and Infernal Guard units. Let's move on over to that. Take 5 turns total. Skip over our building upgrades and then just swing into diplomacy real fast. For now, we're not going to have a lot of options with this. We could get a non-aggression with Tree Chirik if we hand them some gold. I don't trust the rats, so we will definitely not be. Our next fight, unless Imric tries anything funny, we're going to come up here and squish Cran Rictus now. That way we don't have to worry about them expanding and becoming an extreme menace later on, because the longer we let them fester, the worse that tumor is going to be. Gross. A convoy encounter. Some ogre mercenaries. Strength of an ogre is unmatched anywhere. At least that's what this group of rotund mercenaries assured us when offering to guard our trade convoy on its route. Though the might of the Dawizar no doubt puts their claim to shame, the extra muscle wouldn't go amiss. The ogre's services, however, would certainly not come free of charge. We could add some man-eaters with great weapons for 1,000 treasury. But I need my treasury. Or we could tell them to get lost. They're a strong, independent Chaos Dwarf who needs no ogre. I mean, simply for this one, that's... Who are we to leave these poor ogre mercenaries without work? Times are hard after all. I mean, both of these are great. I need the gold though, so we are definitely strong and independent. Get lost. The Sons of the Mountain have been destroyed. Right then, let's go start some problems with Rictus. Let's come on over to the edge of our territory. I do think we need to grab a couple more units before we start off the fight. Some more guys for the front line. Let's swing on into here, and then we'll grab ourselves just some more goblin cutthroats. I think they'll trade just fine against clan rats. The stats are very, very similar. We'll grab 3 of these guys. I just said I didn't want to spend any money. We kind of have to spend money to make money. We'll be poking it out of the rats in due time. Kevin, you are rolling with your laborers for now. That's going to have to work out. And we'll save some gold from here. The Tower of Zar is unlocked for us. We have finally hit 75 of our Enclave points, and now we can swing on in and do some machinations. So basically we can claim one of these seats for any amount of the Conclave influence that it says, so 75 for all of these first seats. Once you fill all 4 slots, you unlock the next tier of said district. So you kind of want to move through as quick as you can, and if you see your even rival Chaos Dwarf lads filling in seats, even if it's not one you necessarily want, sometimes if you want this, just the main upgrade for unlocking all 4, because you get whatever's at the top here, either raw materials and armaments, immediately causing wall breaches while besieging, or extra research rate. Each tier has one up to actually confederating with the 3 main Dawizar clans. And once you do activate this confederation with them, you gain all of the seats that they already had, so it's an incredible power spike. We are going to start things off with the extra raw materials, just to keep our settlements flowing a little bit faster. Casualty replenishment would be real nice too. We're going to come over here and just grab the Machinator. Machines may not work harder under their master's whip. Those who operate them will. Indeed. Mine. We'll back on out of there, and then we'll hang out with Drazhoath. We'll go ahead and declare war next turn, and we'll hide in their lands in an ambush stance, try to catch them slipping. Hopefully he has moved on out with his armies and tried to gain more conquests elsewhere. And hopefully Imric is not hiding just outside of our line of sight here also. We may want to pull Kevin on out, just to be a bit of a scout. In camp stance. Not that it'll really matter. If he gets attacked, he should retreat back into the Black Fortress or in within the AoE of the area, so it should be fine. Should give him some reinforcements should he need them. Once more, skipping over the buildings, we will take one quick look at our diplomacy. Servants of the Conclave continue to increase. Very small at a time, though. I'm really only really looking to trade. We shall get there. To 1,000 raw materials. We need 1,500 to activate the high-powered drill assembly line, which is going to increase our workload by 50, but increase everything else that we're producing as well. Except not really. Does the high-powered drill assembly line not give you all that much? I guess it doesn't. It is a landmark, so it's an extra building that would just dish on out these materials that you want. We may not spend out that. We may go just straight for the upgrade to the battlements then. Right then, Azores, our technology has been researched. The call has come. It's war. Those who honor Hashut shall receive his infernal blessing, increasing our leadership and melee defense for all of our Chaos Dwarf melee units. And now we're on to the Hollow Rounds. And I cannot wait. Right then, so it is now time to declare our war on Rictus and see if we can't lure them in. The reason we're not going to just straight on charge right over there this turn is simply because I'd like to try to get their largest army caught up in a fight where we have access to our Dreadquake mortar. Blasting the rats apart before they can even get close to us sounds way better than fighting them inside their halls with extra rats somewhere nearby. So let's go ahead and see if they're at war with anyone. So let's jump on into the old-fashioned way. Rictus is at war with the overlords of Zarduk. So let's hunt on back up to our cousins here. The one-eyed angry. Hey, and no pain. He really doesn't like me. I thought we were buddies. We were friends before. Now we're really, I guess we're improving, but interesting how that dropped so far. Well, I will join your war with Clan Rictus. You give me some sweet, sweet gold. 843 sounds good. Could be higher, but we'll take it. We'll join ourselves another war. Hopefully we can get the Western provinces to sign a peace treaty soon.
Clan
Trick really would like a non-aggression pact with us now. Interesting. Probably not. Our convoy has been completed, gaining us 438 new happy workers. The Haunted Forest holds no horrors for the Dawizar. Instead, the products of our empire's tireless labor have brought a unique prize from them among those whispering trees. Perhaps it will be a benefit to the Tsar Nagrund, or perhaps a benefit to you alone. Gain some Graveguard and a Ring of Thorns. Oh, perfect. Some more expendable units. Bonus versus infantry is going to come in handy, though, so we'll take it. Ring of Thorns gives us 2 bound spell uses of the Shield of Thorns, which just adds a melee damage reflection. That's not amazing, but we'll take it. Better than nothing. In fact, we'll give it to Drazhoath, who is just currently scaring people off with a mask. Sorry there, Convoy Master. You do not need it right now. You're coming home. Looks awesome, though. Little train conductor of death. We shall take a look and see. He doesn't have any... Oh, yeah, we go. Cargo capacity so we can bring more. Better scales so we can sell it for even further. Cost of the shortcut event or chance of convoy ambush. Man, I really don't want the ambush, but I like to fight battles, so let's go over here and grab the capacity. We can take more next time. We'll grab the scales along the way if he can get into some fights. Almost at the raw material cap we need to gain the upgraded Black Fortress. I think we'll wait to upgrade the giant conveyor, simply because we don't have any objectives to actually go ahead and build that. Excuse me. Not right now, at least. I'm sure our victory conditions are, well, actually just defeat Rictus and Kalidor. We need to hold Zarnagrund and destroy Karaza Karak, Karak Kadrin, and Grimkor's Ardboys. So nothing to do with the drill at all. We gain the runic braces of Scavor. Heals per second. The focal lens of Morgrim. Or the Hammer of Smednir. An active, large, randomly moving explosion. That sounds good to me. Campaign victory is, of course, what it is. But yeah, we don't even really have to build the drill at all. Demolishing it would give you materials. Very interesting. Obviously, we're not going to do that. But yeah, upgrading the drill itself really doesn't do all that much for you, except for increase the workload by a small amount, then give you, I guess, a almost doubling amount of raw materials. So this one is only 200, 100 more, and then this is up to 500, which is not bad. So getting up to the final tier is pretty good, but this first one here is not all that important. We'll go for the tier 3 tower first. We could upgrade some of those other buildings there, but we're really wanting to wait until we have access to... Where are you hiding? The marble quarry here. The amount of raw materials that was going to be kicking in is going to be an absolute ton, although we might want to throw in some walls just to keep things safe in the meantime. This having 2 landmarks, or at least a landmark and a resource building, does limit things quite a bit. Yeah, things look good for now. We are currently at war with Rictus, so let's go ahead and jump into the ambush. Sad as it makes me to just sit there and do nothing instead of charging on over like a crazy. Leave Kevin here, and actually, Hellforge is looking like it really would like to increase some of our usages of lads. Since we can't actually recruit any of them, I don't really feel the need to spend any of our armaments just yet. We'll keep on stockpiling. soon.
Mino.
You stay here. Keep ambushing. Skip over the buildings that need building, and then we'll hopefully have enough treasury to throw in that marble quarry here next turn. Get to it. Our turn. And use Sweet Summer Rattling. New convoy contracts. A shift in supply and demand for industrial commodities in the world has resulted in new convoy contracts arising. Incoming and outgoing operations for convoy destinations have now changed and will do so every 10 turns. Interesting. Okay, well first we're going to deal with these rats that have moved on over like fools. Plague Rolk is not their main leader, but eliminating 2 of his heroes. And I guess a level 1 Grace here. I don't mind. Not one bit. Let's do some damage. Half was expecting a random rat to pop out of the bushes there and attack us. Let's go ahead and grab the Banner of Eternal Flame, hand it off to our Castellan. Make sure he is standing next to these blunderbusses so he actually imbues them with some fire damage. He does lose a bit of his range though since he has a grenade launcher now, which is actually going to work out just fine. Equal to our blunderbusses. Sweet. It does say we're going to have a decisive victory, but we're going to fight a lot of these first battles here. We don't have our Dreadquake Mortar, and they're going to summon in several rats from underneath the earth. We'll be able to fight them off just fine with our Hobgoblins, though. 32, 28, 28. Clan rats are going to be 20, 28, 23. Yeah, our Hobgoblins are even better than them. Let's get to it. Slaughter awaits. Right then. We have the same kind of swampy terrain to deal with. I think we'll kind of set up same as we did before, where we kind of let them funnel on over towards us. So set up the cutthroats. We've got our Kadai. Keep them off on the side here so they have a bit more of a deadly angle to be working through. And actually, do I hear music? I don't think I do. Much better. Things are sounding a bit weirdly quiet. Alright, let's grab the Dawi Warriors. Blunderbusses. Frontal Guard on the side there. Same kind of arrow formation we have been doing with Drazhoath on the tip of the spear. Gore does, we're going to keep you back here with the boys. Beautiful, let's get these Hobgobs. Grab 2 of them and throw them in behind. 2 more over here. Ready to fill in where they're needed. Got 1 more, we'll throw them in back here, and then let's spread out where the archers we want them. Hobgoblin. Bring the archers on over. Beautiful flame attacks. You forward, take any damage. Make sure they're ready to defend all of their allies there. Defend is a strong word. They will be mostly letting them take the damage. Rats are only really rolling with clan rats, and Skaven Slaves, the most dangerous unit. Definitely going to be this Crazier. Thankfully, he only has Plague himself. Will only be a real threat to our Goblin units. Right, so we'll have the archers group and in a unit there. You guys are ready to throw yourselves into the thick of it. Keep our blunderbusses fighting. I don't think we need any extra lads over on this side, but we'll bring them. They can kind of rotate and help out if anyone gets rats summoned in behind them. Perfect. We'll grab all of the regular Hobgobs. Dawi Warriors. Go ahead and put you in with the Warriors there. Lovely. We'll bring you back over here at Gorduz to hold this line. Castellan up front here to launch that grenade launcher in. Let's get this battle going. We will drag the lads forward, so they're almost on the edge of the water there. Making full use of that land. And Drazhoath, I don't mind sending you forward a bit. We'll have to watch out for the random summons. Not starting off the campaign with artillery is a bit of something we were probably going to want to rectify pretty quickly.
Drazhoath the Ashen!
See if we can't lob some Burning Wrath on over. Looks like the rats actually are starting to funnel towards us, though, so we may not have to. We can save a lot of the spells for when they're a little bit closer. We can be making sure they get maximum carnage. Yeah, they're going to slowly walk towards us. That's right, rat. Shuffle into your doom. Oh, there's the unit they're waiting to summon. In on our blunderbusses. Pull these guys back. Launch a shot. Actually, do not launch a shot. That'll do too much damage, probably to friendlies. Alright, perfect. We scared them off almost immediately. Waste your summons, fool. Let's launch the cinders on this middle group here. If he goes long or short, we'll still get some damage. Or just fire them completely randomly off into the ether. That's fine too. Got some hits on 2 of them. On the very corners of them, though. Those planets have some shields. Got another summon. We are all out of line now. Blunderbusses move up to this point. You guys are all out of ammo, these sneaky gits. We'll bring them off to the side there. Come into the woods and hide. The gits better run fast. Gorda is doing to be a very excellent eliminator of the baddies. Oh, I didn't mean to bring the cutthroats over as well. So you guys hold that line, blunderbusses. You stand up here. Grenade boy. Castellan, get in there. I'm going to overcast once more here. Fire lances are making themselves really felt. Alright, Drazhoath, let's pull on back. Castellan, go on and start blasting some shots into those clan rats there. Another summoned unit. This time in on our hobgobs. Fine with me. Gordo's coming over and scare them off too. Alright, Drazhoath. Let's wait till we have enough for the Ash Storm, so it's going to be a couple moments then. Turn around and fight those clan rats. Give yourself the Shield of Thorns. Pull the Kadayan around. Keep lasering. Focus fire this unit here down. We need one more wind of magic. Come on now, there we go. Ash Storm, slow everyone here down. And give them an extra weakness to fire. Start blasting away into this unit here. Gore does, let's find someone to hug. Want some? And perhaps. Let's send you guys in to fight those clan rat spears. Kadai, go ahead and work your way in on these Skaven slaves. Make sure they don't come back. Fireglaive should actually fight decently well there. Drazhoath holding his own. Let's go ahead and activate the Dagger of Malice and the Crooked Dice. He gains himself some physical resistance, which is going to work out just fine. Or you want to waste, don't take damage from the chieftain there. Hold yourselves back. You guys charge on in, and let's extract our bronze fella there. Go on around, find a new position. Gore does, let's go ahead and give this guy a good stab in the back. Give him your namesake. Pull on away from these spearmen here. Don't want to lose your resistance. Perfect snipers, let's find a new target. I think this Gracier back here in the back works. Heard another summon of clan rats, but I can't quite figure out where they showed up at. Bring these cutthroats over. Cutthroats, you jump this group. You guys keep moving up. They die. Run, run, run. 3 damage you don't deserve. You keep chasing him down. You guys move up and fight these clan rats. Perfect. Blunderbusses, let's get you into a position where you can actually start firing again. Bring these guys over. 4 does. Give them a hug. Keep moving through. Drazhoath, give yourself the melee reflection there. He's taking a bit of damage. He's fighting hard, though. We'll drop down. The Dark Subjugation only drops their melee, or I guess their leadership by a smidge. Always fighting a chieftain, that's why. He's a tough cookie, but the chieftains are deadly. Come on back over. Into this center line here. You're not lobbing shots, you're doing it wrong. Keep sniping at their lord there. Drop this in on the middle of this group. Kadai are ripping through the clan rats. All we really have to do is worry about keeping them out of melee with them. With our important units there back there in the back. Even our hobgoblins are going to suffer a bit in combat. Somehow you came down back and stuck around. Let's pull away from that. You guys get your shotguns firing on away. Go ahead and Dark Subjugation this poor fool here. You guys keep running on away. Our archers are too far back. You guys need to run. Keep running. We'll bring the Kadai back around with this group. We need them most of all. You guys work together. There it is. Overwhelming them on this end here. Archers deal with this group. Any of these rats feeling frisky? Give them a hug. Pull my Infernal Guard away. They're dying for no reason there. Don't like to see that at all. Chasing off the chieftain. They are in a march stance, but we are going to make sure we hunt down the rest of them. Another heap of labors for the mines. Alright, another brutal victory for ourselves. There we gain 33 extra workers, and we shall gain even more. If we script in, we'll get a little bit of health there, but not as much as I'd like. More labor. Perfect. Enemy killed in battle, Morlock plate. Oh, he actually ended up, I guess he was in march stance, so never going to be slain no matter what there. We can come on into Luktaz the Bronze, give his... I think we'll want to give him a bit more abilities then. So dig in, upgraded. So as long as he's not moving, he gives himself more range and missile resistance. Not a bad idea. Flash Bomb is really powerful. Drops melee defense by 24 as well as speed. So we can kind of couple this with the Ash Storm. Have people almost at a standstill. I think we will. We'll go for the Flash Bomb there. Keep him... At least keep the enemy disrupted. Fort Gorduz, we'll go ahead and give him the Bloody Blade. We're about to be in another battle. Drazhoath, now they didn't get himself any experience points. I think his next one, we're going to have the extra point into Ash Storm and then start working on Tyrant, which gives us more post-battle loot and more labor. Up to 15% of each. So onward to Mount Greyhag. We want to bring Gorduz out and have him do some exploring just to make sure. Nah, all the way. Yeah, Tretch is dealing with the overlords there. He has way too much on his mind. We've got two armies coming out over from Rictus, Rat Surge. We could go for another auto-resolve and probably finish it off pretty quickly. But we got plenty of fights to fight, so let's smash some more rats. Okay, so this time we're going to have a bit of weapons team dueling. They have one team of warp fire throwers. We'll have no trouble dealing with them. We'll have pretty much the exact same deployment setup. If the AI's nice, they'll put me already in it. There we go. We just had to move them on over. Look at that. Efficiency. We'll probably pull the lads in a bit of a different spot. They'll have the bazookas or the shotguns, the blunderbusses over here. Those hobgoblins holding the gap in this position. Keep you guys in the back. Geriatric slouching. Keep you in this position. That flash bomb ready to go. Wait for any summons of friends from underneath the earth, but we're good to go. pick their line of sight real quick. These guys have perfect field of vision. Beautiful. We definitely need more fire glaives. Let's get to it. Pull these guys to where they were. We'll push this group up just a little bit. Shotguns as well. Right, so the Skaven slaves are that way. The warp fire throwers, they're all going to kind of rotate them all the way around, looks like. That's fine, we can just use our fire glaives to pick apart your lord then. Are they going to be advancing? If not, let's move the lads forward there. Probably to about this position. Move it on forward. If we have to assault them, I'm happy to. Thinking of happy to. Get one in there. I will toss in your quick and dice just so you don't take too much damage, or if any at all. Being flanked usually causes them to lose their desire to fight pretty quickly. Alright, they're going to come on over. Actually, they're going to try to surround us a little bit more than normal. Going very wide. Interesting strategy. We'll see if it pays off for them. Send both of the weapons teams all over to the other end. So actually, Drazhoath, you come back here. And we're going to react to what they're up to. Pull on back a little ways. You don't want to be fighting them in the forest there. We're going to drag them back across to where they don't want to be. Now, the Summon of Fools, just charge them in. Dawizar needs some kills. Thanks for throwing. Oh, I didn't want them to waste their ammo. Help him, the doofy gets. Launch an overcast, one of those that direction. Oh, not there, in the middle. There you go, bud. That's better aiming. Alright, fire glaives, we need you kind of back behind. Sniping at weapons teams if at all possible. They're trying to bring them all the way around. You gets, come on back. Pull it away and don't deal with that group that's summoning in. We'll drop down a single cast of the Ash Storm. Just a second. Here the guys turn and start firing. Sneaky Gates, hang in there. Drop down the Ash Storm. We'll send these guys right through and start eliminating those Skaven Slave Slingers. They definitely have the movement. Chaos Dwarf Warriors will bring you back. Any of our Hobgoblin Archers will start firing away. Streams of warp fire there. Hate to see it. Bring you around the side there. You guys start sniping away at that weapons team. We've left a little bit of a gap in the center. A lot of enemies coming on through. Let's give these guys some melee reflection there. All fire at the same unit. Drazhoath, get on in there. Launch it into the side of this group here. That's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt real bad. Snipers are doing really quick. Making really short work of them. Hobgoblins are these Hobgoblin Archers are a fantastic unit. Drazhoath, go deal with him. Come on back and help out this team here. Our Dawizar are elite. I'm happy to throw another one of those. We'll win where we can. Drop down the flashbang. Back just a little bit there. Fire glaives, let's not run on into combat. Get foolish with it. Gotta hold you guys up on top of this hill and just take shots wherever you want. Shooting the back line there. You guys move up and start dealing with the boys. Drop the melee defense on this wizard here. Archers, let's set up right here on the swamp. Let them come on over to us. Kadai are ripping apart this 3 whole units by themselves. The doggies aren't there at all, don't worry about them. Blood and guts. Lord is doing entirely fine. They've got a lot of guys fighting in this one spot, though. Lord, as you keep dealing with those warp fire throwers. Oh, that's actually keeping them obstructed. I didn't think it would. I won't lie. Drazhoath, you keep running. Drop one of the vortexes in there. Really good cast for them. Where's one of our weaker units? You guys need some damage reflection. These sneaky gits are leading most of the enemy army on a wild goose chase. If you've ever seen geese, I would never chase them. Chase you back. Come on, shotguns. Do your job. There we go. Right, proper blunderbuss action there. Their lord is fleeing unaway like a coward. They have all of these units back here in the back, is why they're still fighting. Bog down our sneaky gits. In fact, you guys go ahead and withdraw. That's the victory. One more cone of death. Those guys over there saw what happened to their buddies and decided, you know what, fighting's not worth it. Back to the tunnels. Alright then, another decisive victory. Our hobgoblins put in some impressive work. 233 kills going to these guys, even the ones that were basically on a track meet the entire time. They took 4 units out of the fight, and those guys never even saw combat, so that's 4 for 1. We only lost 374, gained a whole heap of labor. I think we're going to gain a whole heap more. Instead of just sacking the settlement right away, we're going to get ourselves another outpost. Rat Surge was slain in battle. We have discovered the Skaven faction. The only reason we didn't go ahead and sack that for just the labor was because they were not really giving us all that much gold for the sack. So we'll leave it as is, and actually I think we'll go ahead and put in the money pit here instead of the strip mine. But before I do, I want to make sure I have the gold for the marble quarry. We have more than enough labor to get this handled. We just have to make sure we can maintain it. If we can, though, this is going to be a huge boon. And actually, what I'm going to probably go ahead and do is delete. Once this one's in, we'll go ahead and delete this strip mine here and put in the walls, just so we can make sure that nothing can come on through out of the mountains and raid our precious mine covered in goodies. Drazhoath, though, is now up to rank 8. Means he should have a mission for the Graven Scepter kicking off probably next turn. Yielding command. It's not bad at all. Low resistance and a missile. We'll grab the point into Ash Storm, so it costs a little bit less, and we can overcast it for also a little bit less and more often. And grab Tyrant. First point into that. Their blue line seems like it could be pretty solid. Sacking and raising loot up to 15%. Lightning Strike being what it is, of course, and then Serve or Die. An Unbridled Cruelty. 10% drop to upkeep. Yeah, sold. Whole bunch of good perks here with Drazhoath. Once we hit rank 10, we are going to go ahead and stop spending points. That way we do get a whole heap of them once we hit rank 12. Because all of these elite unique skills here are pretty incredible. We want all of them as fast as we can, especially the income from cities and raw materials output.
Drazhoath.
The bronze will go ahead and give you more mobility now. Gore does, I think, replenish. It's about time. Stabbiest. And minus 20% upkeep for all hobgoblins. We got a whole army just with hobgoblins in it. Later on, we'll probably transfer him over to the Caravan Raiders, where we will be snatching up all sorts of goodies from the Cathayans. One more turn and we can afford the battlements there. Once more into the breach. Dahl is moving on out too. He's got some sneaky gits, whole bunch of laborers. Got a Castellan as well.
Dumless!
Not a bad army. At least working together, they should easily be able to overpower Tretch.
With my team.
Now, the Doom Wheel is going to be a problem. I can't lie. That would definitely be a problem. He's most likely going to run away. Lord not moved. Yeah, he's just kind of hanging out.
See a noon too.
Don't you see Kevin? He's very angry. I don't want to move him forward anymore. It's too dangerous. Imrit could be anywhere. We'll pull back to the Black Fortress just a bit. So it doesn't yell at us for not moving him.
In Unga.
No deals to be made.
Stretched Craven Tail.
Fair enough. Watch Zhao Ming appear all of a sudden out from this little land bridge here. I can see it happening. We've got some upgrades in the Hellforge too, but we are still going to go ahead and wait until we actually have the buildings for being able to actually recruit some more lads in. Right, so I guess our initial assessment with strength rank here was wrong.
Don't think so.
The overlords of Zarduk were defeated. We need to be at war with them as well now. Not all among our kin are worthy to bear the name Uzkul Drazhar. Their very existence is a blemish on our Immortal Empires' glory. In such cases, the best outcome for our people is to remove these parasites entirely. But why? What did the overlords do? They're dealing with rats. West issued the Graven Scepter. Win 8 battles. Ancient runes inscribed upon the Graven Scepter's iron shaft glow red, with rage of Hashut. A sign that the Great Bull demands the Ashen would spread the torment of war throughout the land. Gain 5,000 treasury, the Graven Scepter, and some influence. Pretty good about that. You guys started seeding any fellas yet? No, because you're poor? Imagine.
Mino.
Alright, so I think what we do with Drazhoath, even though it's dangerous, is we come over here and deal with Tretch.
No, Gracie, never wrong.
He has a lot of forces here. Elkeek would be in March stance. Here's my question. Could Tretch come on over and actually claim back Mount Greyhag? We could just steal his prize settlement from him and see if he comes on over and fights us.
No escape plan.
Disrupt that further. Make them take more attrition due to hanging out in the chaos areas. Let's do it. We're going to attack you where you were not. Stay with Hannibal.
Let's waddle.
We really need to increase our income. I am banking on the Cathayans far more than I probably should be. It says it'll be a decisive victory. Let's have one more fight here for the episode. Just another group of clan rats, but this one will be inside one of their infernal cities, so we'll have to be purging this with fire. Let's get to it. Alright then. Best place I have found to assault the large Skaven settlement is between these two here. You can send all of your archers and whatnot up top, and all of your heavily armored guys down below. All of your really heavy damage dealers, and then heavy armor. So we'll go for Chaos Warriors down below. So we'll take the blunderbusses and Infernal Guard with Fireglaive up onto the top portion there. And actually, I don't mind throwing the blunderbuss in over here. As long as we can get them up on top of the walls, they will be able to get their full damage in. So we'll bring them down below. Throw hobgoblins back behind to defend from any kind of nonsense. This will be the first group. We will send Gore does with them. Castellan up top with Drazhoath. The rest of our hobgobs are Infernal Guard up front. Fire up on the walls. The archers do pretty much the same. I'll pull these guys backwards just a smidge. Slide them in this group. The cutthroats, and then we have these sneaky gits playing a bit of hide and seek, and then go all the way around. Act how you would with Oxyotl and his chameleon skinks. We'll send them up and over the walls and see if they can't get into the leadership, even the final victory plaza. We'll have our elite magma infantry back here in the back, trying not to get blasted by the walls. Our Skaven walls, they're going to hurt. Right then, that'll begin. Hobgoblins forward. What an interesting strategy. Alright, Drazhoath, go chop down that gatehouse. See if you can actually get those grenades up on the wall there. You guys forward. Or does gates, if you will. Move on in. He gets while everyone else is making... Ah, see. It seems as though the AI is aware of my plan. I'm gonna pause this. How much you want to bet? Tell me they're not listening to my microphone. Alright, well, we've got all these boys over here waiting for me to try to sneak into the Victory Plaza. I see they're awaiting that as we speak. Fair enough. See if it pays off for them. Oh look, clan rats. Give them a hug. A blazing magma hug of friendship. Alright, let's bring the hobgoblins forward. Guys at the end here, let's have them just start firing away those night runners whenever they're able. Can you hit anyone with those grenades at all? Let's see. He hasn't done much damage. Probably some of these guys up on the walls. Let's not, though. I will hear. You guys can go up and over. Give them a little bit of anxiety. I guess he blasted a couple of guys back there. It's really quite amusing. Their entire army's over here waiting for my guys to come up and over the walls. We are not screen peeking, not one bit. Ooh, an enemy unit where at? Where at? Oh, over here on Drazhoath. Why? Get him. Foolish rats. We are far better dressed than you, and you think you're going to win that fight? Drazhoath, get back to the walls. They are of no concern. Alright, they snuck in and they opened the gates up for us before Drazhoath did, I think. Go ahead, get you guys up on the walls. Base kits. Now they've got all the reinforcements are coming on over now. The rats are doing what we want them to. Gorduz is through. In on that lord. Give him a hug. Come with him. As soon as they turn and run, hobgoblins move on in. There's a lot of them filing in, so we're going to make sure we don't get jumped. Gorduz activate Dagger of Malice and Crooked Dice. He got the armor this time. To help out just fine. Drop the Ash Storm and all these fools here. All ready for a really bad day. Here comes the sun. Scream, scream, scream. Oh, such awesome effects on the all of the lore of shoot spells. Oh, there's nothing but death. If you're lucky, you get to work later on. How exciting. Oh, he didn't actually get through the gates. I thought, man. That's your job now, bud. Let's chuck a flashbang over the walls. Flashbang through the door. And drop down the vortex. Actually, we can chuck a couple of them over this way. You stand here in this little gap. Up to the walls, then. Hobgoblins keep these guys pinned down so they can't actually get up to the walls themselves. They struggled pretty hard against those clan rats. Really pretty unfortunate to see. Let's leave you guys outside so you can actually defend our archers. Everyone didn't come on over and obey my orders. Kadai, come on through the front gates there. Drazhoath, did you actually send the vortexes their way? Doesn't look like it. Knock another one then. There he goes. Vortex takes 3 damage. Melee reflection on these guys. Oh, it's spinning right through the back line. Pretty much a perfect cast of that. Gorduz, are you handling these clan rats? Let's say you, buddy. Stab him just in the back and getting angry about it. Blunderbusses. Let's get you guys docked on this port so you can start firing down. The Kadai are coming on in. That's going to be... I see these guys are getting bogged down by summons and clan rats. That is exactly what's happening. Archers. Your positions. Hobgoblins. Going inside here. Continuing to summon units on top of us. That's why these guys are back here. First, have you keep firing your own artillery from the top here. No reason not to. Oh, that's... I guess we discovered a reason not to. More Chaos Dwarfs. Alright, shotguns, come on down behind. Kadai, get on in the walls, please. Sneaky gets, how are things looking on your side of the walls? Perfect. Sneak on in. Finally. It is time. Oh yeah, the spears are absolutely done. Half of my archers even doing what I wanted them to. Get on over here, you gits. They're gonna file on down to us. Let's have Drazhoath. Unfortunate that he moves so slow, bud. Has nothing to do with your legs. You guys back so you don't take free damage. Okay, shotguns, you need to relax. The most friendly fire. The blunderbusses are here for it. All of our archers can't quite hit who we want them to. They've got just a wee little arms they do. Bring the gits up to about this position then. Drazhoath, come on around, bud. We need to get working. The infernal glaives too. My plan to split the team up hasn't worked so well because their entire army went down below. Gore does activate your melee weapon in the crooked dice. Our Kadai are going to make really short work of Skaven here. Good old barbecued shish kebabs. Blast this one apart then. I don't care which one you do. If one of those walls, they're the business. The shotgun should tear right through that. Drazhoath's going around. All these guys are having a really hard time pathing through there. The ladders are definitely the fastest way up. Definitely. Launch 3 from this way at these clan rats. Bracing. Okay, we're going to pull back a little bit then. Let you brace somewhere else. Because they gave them more credit than they were worth. Get through this barricade and then you can do all the damage. There we go. Stand in the breach then. Like my archers, let's move them up a little bit further. We'll have the ones that are closest start firing in on these clan rats here. Tearing them apart. We're almost out of the magic there. Help those dwarven legs. Nah, that cuts off their line of sight. How sad. It was a good plan. Pull them on away so they're not getting jumped by those spearmen too. That was definitely what they wanted. Yes, run down that choke point. It's entirely safe. We promise. Might be. That's a lot of rats. Yes, firing on the right targets. Poor does moving on in. The boys are up on the walls. We can have them finally going and taking the command point there. Move on back. They're on their very important special agent mission. Another Burning Wind, Burning Wrath. Let's throw it over here in these Night Runners, who are already kind of displaced. Let's get in there. They don't want to round the corner because of the shotguns, but around the other side is the Drazhoath, who are just coated in jelly. Ooh. Okay, you guys need to calm down. No more. Your shotgun privileges have been revoked. Turn around and deal with that group. That's pretty much the end. And as per usual with the Skaven, half their army is elsewhere. Fireglaves move on in. We'll have the Sneaky Gets continuing. I guess the normal Cutthroats moving on forward. Our Infernal Castellan's back at the front there. Ooh. Gotta sit this fight out. Dice. They can die or actually taking a bit of damage here. There's a lot of rats in here with them. Alright, rats, would you stop? Double uppercut with the axe. He's definitely just lay down even if you're not dead. Don't get up. They may move on. Fields are littered with Skaven corpses. We'll clear these tunnels out, and those that remain shall be put to work. Alright, a decisive victory. We ended up losing a bit on our Hobgoblin Cutthroats there, mostly probably to friendly fire from the blunderbusses, but almost 500 kills going to our Kadai. They are Skaven blenders, that's for sure. Chaos Dwarfs capture a major settlement. They have the option to rebuild the settlement as one of the 3 faction types, or I guess settlement types: outposts, factories, or towers. Towers are the focal point of Chaos Dwarf Empire. Constructing these will unlock the best recruitment and provide various global bonuses to increase your power. You can increase the starting tier of towers by expending Conclave. Oh, that's awesome. Change your mind. You can switch it later on. You can mouse over the primary building chain to convert it. Doing so will revert the settlement to tier 1 and destroy all secondary buildings. Okay. You need 50 influence to take it up to tier 2. That'll be pretty amazing later on once you've actually confederated the other Dawizar and don't have anything else to do with your gold or your Conclave influence. I can't lie, I kind of want to turn it into an outpost. But at the same time, we would need more labor. Let's put in another tower. We'll probably leave it as just a normal kind of just defensive settlement to start. Just because we don't have the resources to spend around. But of course they have. Desolation of AZGORH. We're going to be deleting the Hobgoblin mustering camp, although we could use it to gain one more unit of Hobgobs, which we probably will. Let's grab some more archers. We'll let the rest of these guys replenish on up kind of the natural way. It gets into fighting shape a little bit faster to kick some out, but I think we'll just go for just the unit of archers. And then we can swing on over and finally upgrade the Black Fortress here. Up to tier 3, giving us more Conclave influence per turn by 1, as well as some other hefty bonuses. Extra research weight as well. Awesome. But with a very empty treasury, we are out of time for today. I've been Space Wizard Total War. Remember to leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub thumb, and I will see you on the next one.